For more international reaction to this secularism bill, we can talk to our Washington correspondent now, Ketavan Gorjestani. And Ketavan, this debate here in France has revealed a sort of different approach between France and the United States when it comes to secularism. And that is a debate that's played out recently in the American press.
Yes, exactly. And most importantly, it probably comes from the different approaches, the different ideas of secularism in the two countries. And it goes back to when those ideas were born and how they were born. In France, the idea of secularism, the laïcité, was born of the French state defending itself from religion, defending itself from the powerful Catholic Church at the time, whereas in the United States, the idea of secularism was born more of a desire to protect religion, to protect the practice of everyone's religion from the influence of the state. This, of course, leading back to the state church back in the United Kingdom, and that was a reaction to the UK. And so this really shows a different approach here in the United States, where the idea is a freedom of religion, freedom to practice your religion, and defending that freedom above the emphasis, which is in France, which is trying to curb the influence of religion on matters of the state and on your everyday life. And that has really transpired in the approach of the two countries for different religious communities, but also ethnic communities. In the US, you have this idea of the coexistence of different groups, whereas in France, it's the idea of universalism. In the US, you are different, you're allowed to be different, but you are recognized ideally the same rights as your neighbor, whereas in France, you have the same rights because in the eyes of the state, you are not different than your neighbor. It doesn't matter what religion or what ethnicity you are, and that is shown in France, where you don't have, like here in the US, statistics on people's religions or people's ethnic backgrounds.
Now, as you say, Ketavan, on paper, the United States, also a secular country, even though it manifests in a different way. But nonetheless, there have been several controversies in recent years in the States regarding Muslim individuals in the public eye, specifically in politics.
Yes, because the U.S. is a secular country officially, but if you look at what happens in everyday life, religion is everywhere. It's on the dollar bill, in God we trust. It's in the Pledge of Allegiance that kids say at school, one nation under a God. It's in all political speeches that end with God bless America, whereas in France it ends with Vive la République, long live the Republic. And so you've seen it in politics where everyone really puts forward their religion. There is only one person in Congress, in both the House and the Senate, that officially, publicly promotes themselves as non-religious. And of course, this is widely dominated by Christianity, because an overwhelming majority of politicians are Christians. And we saw that problem with some of the Muslim representatives, Ilhan Omar, for example, and Rashida Tlaib, when they were sworn in to Congress a couple of years ago. They were sworn in with their hand on the Quran because they are both Muslims. And that sparked a huge outcry from the Republicans, of course, who were outraged. Some even called it treason that they had not been sworn in on the Bible, which is not written anywhere in the law. And so it shows that there is an issue also with secularism here in the United States.
All right, Ketavan Gorjestani, thank you very much indeed for bringing us that different perspective on secularism from the US.